When she looked me in the eye and said, "You don't fit my style. That's why I don't bring you around my friends." It felt like the ground had been pulled out from beneath me. I had given her my love, my loyalty, and my time. Yet in her eyes I was nothing more than an accessory that didn't match her image. At first, the words cut deep. I asked her if she truly meant it, and without hesitation she nodded, almost smug, as though it should have been obvious all along. According to her, my clothes weren't sharp enough, my presence wasn't glamorous enough, and I simply wasn't someone she could proudly show off. The arrogance in her tone made it clear. She didn't see me as a partner, just as someone disposable. That night, I didn't argue, didn't beg, didn't shed a single tear. Instead, I smiled and told her, "You're right." She thought she had won. She thought I had finally accepted being beneath her. But what she didn't know was that I was already setting something far greater in motion. Because the truth was, I had much more than she could ever imagine. While she obsessed over appearances, I had been quietly building wealth, investments, businesses, opportunities she knew nothing about. My plain wardrobe wasn't a result of poverty, it was a choice. I never felt the need to parade what I had. But now I knew exactly how to use it. Over the following weeks, I played my role well. I let her think she still had the upper hand, all while I carefully pulled back. During that time, I began reshaping my image, upgrading my wardrobe, refining my presence, stepping into spaces she used to talk about but never had the privilege to enter. The turning point came when I was invited to an exclusive gathering, the type of elite event she always boasted about but never received access to. I arrived in a tailored suit, stepping out of a luxury car she never knew I owned. And I wasn't alone. I was accompanied by a woman who valued me for my character, not my clothing. Her reaction was priceless. She was at the same event, clinging to a man who perfectly fit her superficial checklist. But the moment her eyes landed on me, the shock froze her in place. Her friends, who had once overlooked me, rushed to greet me with admiration. Compliments poured in, while she stood in the background, forgotten. Later, she approached me, feigning warmth. "You look different," she stuttered. I gave her a calm smile and replied, "No, I've always been like this. You just never bothered to see it." The man she replaced me with hardly noticed her, too consumed with showing himself off. Meanwhile, whispers about my success circled the room. She had once hidden me out of embarrassment, but now she was the one ignored, embarrassed, and out of place. Days later, she called. Her voice trembled with regret, confessing she had made a mistake. I laughed, genuinely laughed, and reminded her of her own words. "You said I didn't match your style. And you were right. My style is loyalty, respect, and success. Yours is vanity and shallow love. We were never a match." Then I ended the call. Her so-called friends soon grew tired of her pretentious attitude and pushed her aside. I, on the other hand, kept climbing higher, respected for who I was and admired for what I had achieved. She was left exactly where she feared the most, alone, stripped of the false image she once worshipped. Months later, I heard she was desperately trying to claw her way back into those social circles, but no one wanted her there anymore. Her stylish boyfriend had moved on, leaving her with nothing but the quiet, ordinary life she once mocked me for. As for me, I was thriving. Surrounded by people who valued more than appearances, I lived a life that spoke for itself. Sometimes I think back to her words, "You don't match my style." She was right, just not in the way she thought. I never belonged in her shallow world. My revenge wasn't loud, dramatic, or cruel. It was simply living well, rising higher, and proving, not to her, but to myself, that I deserved better all along. And that victory will always be sweeter than anything she ever had to offer.